So there's a reason why we filled out this table, right? We're gonna look at it and then we're gonna see what is the why. Why did we fill out this table? Why did I pick these angles? And what is the correlation? Okay? But before we do that, I wanna go over what does supplementary angles mean. What does the word supplementary angle? Supplementary.
One depends on the other one.
Okay, you're using the English word of it,
Yeah.
yes, but technically supplementary angles mean that both angles, they add up to 180. Okay, so if I give you an angle of 50, what would be a supplementary angle?
Yes.
180 minus 50, which is 130. So 130 and 50, they're supplementary angles. Okay, so they supplement each other to make 180. Okay, so supplementary angles, we have our two angles whose sum is 180. Okay, so if you have this acute angle, let's say it's 50 degrees, so that's an acute angle, right? The 130 is its supplementary obtuse angle. Okay? If I have an angle of 120, so that's an obtuse angle.
60.
So that's going to be 60, and what do we call it?
Supplementary answer.
Supplementary what?
Acute.
Acute. Okay? Now, let's go back to this. And let's look at these things. Do you see any supplementary angles there?
Yeah.
Which ones?
41, 88.
No, supplementary angles. So the two angles that add to 180. Do you see any two angles that they would add to 180? The first and the last. So 20 and 160, right? So if you look at 21 and 160, these are supplementary angles, right? Because they add to 180. Now let's look at the ratios. What can you tell me about the ratios? What can you tell me about sine 20 and sine 160?
Same.
Okay. How about cosine 20 and cosine 160? So they're the same but opposite sign, right? One is positive, one is negative. How about tan? Okay. Any other supplementary angles here? 41 and 139. Okay, so 41 and 139. Let's compare their sign as well. So sine 41 and sine 139, what do you see? They're the same. Okay. How about cosine 41 and cosine 139? Same but opposite sign, right? Tan, same idea. Same but opposite sign. Do we see a pattern? Yeah? Okay. How about 88 and 92? Are they supplementary? Yes, they are. They add to 180, right? Again, if you look at their time, 0.994, 0.994, so that's the same. If you look at their cosine, one is positive, the other is negative. Positive, negative. So there is a pattern. Okay? Now let's see what that pattern is. So if you look at the sign of all the angles between 0 and 180, right? So these are all the angles, basically, if they're obtuse or acute, right? The sign is always what? Positive. Okay? Now, however, if I look at the cosine of acute angles are positive or negative? Positive. Cosine of obtuse are negative. Tan of acute, tan of obtuse is negative. So, if your angle acute or obtuse, your sign is going to always be positive. But if your angle is acute, your cosine is going to be positive, and your tan is going to be positive. So all three of them are going to be positive. Okay? However, if your angle is obtuse, only side is going to be positive and the other two are going to be negative. Okay? Now, that means that if I do on the calculator sine inverse of 0.342, can you guys do that for me? Do sine inverse of 0.342. What do you get?
20.
What is it?
20.
20. Okay. Now, the calculator gave you an answer, which is 20. But can it also be 160? I just proved to you that sine of 160 is 0.342, right? You just did it earlier. So the calculator is only giving you one answer, while there's actually two answers for this. Okay? So, when it comes to sine, if sine is positive, you should be finding two answers. You should be finding the acute answer, which is the calculator is going to give you, but also you should be finding the supplementary obtuse angle, because sine is positive for both of them. Okay? However, for cosine, if you do cosine of 0.9397, it's going to give you 20 degrees, right? There's no other answer that would give you a positive cosine in the first two quadrants. There is in the other quadrants. Okay? But because we're only dealing with the first two quadrants. Does it make sense? Do you see the relation? Now you're going to ask me why. Are you going to ask me why or no? Not you? You don't want to know? I'll teach you why later on. I'm not going to teach it now then. Okay. So, let's look at this. Angle is 56 degrees. What would be my obtuse angle? 120. Okay? So you just did 180 minus 56, right? So what would be sine of 56?
0.8290.
Cosine.
0.5592.
And
1.4826.
good. Now without using your calculator, you are going to give me sine of 124.
0.8290.
How about cosine of 124? Negative 0.5592. How about tan of 124? See? Without even using my calculator, if I know one, I can find the other because they're supplementary angles. Okay? Sine is going to be positive no matter what. Cosine is going to be negative if it's obtuse, and tan is going to be negative if it's obtuse. Are we okay with this?
Yeah.
All right. So if your obtuse angle is 130, what would be your acute angle? 50. Okay? So which one do you want to find first? Sine of 50 or sine of 130?
50.
Okay, so what is it? 76?
660.
Yeah. Cosine of 50?
0.61917.
0.643.
Or 3 what?
0.6438.
2 7.
It's 28, just we don't pass the 8.
Okay, 2 8.
Yeah.
Okay, tan. acute angle sine is the same. Cosine
So that would be
and
1. It's
Oh, it's 8?
What? Yeah, yeah.
You guys have to be careful with that. All right, good, good. All right, so what I want you, you know what, let's answer it together. So we already answered these questions, we're just gonna put it together in separate form. So which pair of angles in the table from question number 1 are supplementary angles? So we said 20 and 160. We said, what was the other ones?
41.
And 139, 88,
88 and 92.
and 92. Good. What did you notice was the same about the trigonometric ratio of the supplementary angles? So all ratios are positive for acute angles, right? We noticed that.
Will you repeat that?
All ratios are positive for the acute angle. So all ratios means sine, cosine, and tan are positive for acute angles. And we've noticed that the sine ratio 92. The sine ratio for supplementary
Is always positive?
yeah, acute and obtuse angles are positive, are the same. That's always, are the same and always positive. What did you notice was different about the trig ratios of the supplementary angles?
Cosine and tan.
Were what?
Negative.
For which one?
Choose.
Okay. All right, so tan and cos are positive for acute. Tan and cos are negative for acute. Negative for obtuse, sorry. And tan and cos ratios for supplementary angles are the same but obtuse angle All right. Are you guys okay with this? So for the key concepts, what?